How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build your positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about the truth, the thing that if you can accept, if you can come to know, it can change your life forever and help you step into that positive future you know that you deserve. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that you enjoy or take away from this episode, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me know what resonated with you, but somebody else might read that comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that is together. So whether you leave a positive comment or share this with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But with that, let's dive into today's episode. So this is the hardest thing to accept, and it's that you have the power. Wherever you point the finger is where the power lies. So if your life is hard right now, if you're struggling, if your internal state is not well, you have the power, meaning you are creating it and you can change it. Now, I know when I say something like that, it's easy for our minds to defend our current belief system. It's easy to say, yeah, well, that's fun to say, but you don't understand my situation. I'm in a traumatic situation. My parents did this to me when I was growing up. These family members affected me this way growing up. My school system did this. The economy did this. I was born with this limitation. Like, we can point at all these different things, but ultimately that has taken away the power of you. You see, you are a powerful being and you know it. Deep down, you know that you're something more. If you didn't, if there wasn't something within you pulling at you to recognize that you are something more, you wouldn't be bothered by your negative state. You would just exist. You would be like every other animal that just exists, but you're not. You're conscious. You're aware. You're a spiritual being. There's something inside of you that's powerful that's telling you it's time to wake up. Your journey is just getting started. So yes, external things can have an impact you, and they can set the direction that your mind is going. They can set the funnel that your mind is processing things, but you have the power to change it because you are a powerful observer and creator. You create what it is that you observe, including your desires, including your negative thoughts, including the voice in your mind that says that you can't do something, that this isn't possible, that these people are thieves, that this is that that's that. Those thoughts in your mind are creating the reality. The more people that have shared thoughts, the more that reality expands. You are powerful. You have meaning. You have purpose. You are beyond the external. We are experiencing this world, but we are not of this world. It's just an experience. You are more than it. You are separate in it. You are here, yes, but you are separate because you're so much more. This world will come and go. You will exist forever. Your energy, whatever that means, soul, spirit, connected to source, whatever, will never end. This is a short experience in an infinite timeline of your experience. Where you point the finger gives the power. Yes, external things can impact you, but your internal state is always a choice. I'm not saying that if you think positive, your life becomes perfect. That if you think about the good things, that all of a sudden life is just full of good things. This is Earth School. We're here to learn. We learn in the difficulty. We learn in the tension. Why do you think our bodies are that way? If you want to grow a muscle, time under tension is how it grows. If you want to grow your energy, time under tension is how it grows. But you see, in this Earth School that we're in, tension is given, like just by non-choice. It's just happening because of the chaos of this random world. But also, it can be applied. Putting yourself in positions where your mind is forcing to find the good in each situation, that is creating tension for you to grow. The more difficult the situation and your ability to find the good in it, the more powerful your mind becomes. You are a creator of what you observe. If there are 9 bad things, 1 good thing, or we'll say 9 negative things and 1 positive, your ability to expand the positive directly reflects your internal state. So if you're able to see the 9 bad and the 1 good, but you're able to bring in the 9, that doesn't mean you ignore the 9, but you're able to bring in the 1 good, that's what expands. That's the energy you accept. See, your perception is your reception. So what you see in the world, what you see in your mind, what you see in existence, that's what you can receive. So if you're seeing all the bad things that have happened to you, you will continue to create an environment where that's where you receive. It's not about what's fair. It's not about what's right, because you're more powerful than fair. You're more powerful than what's right. Fairness only applies to the earth, this society. What's right only applies to this society, to this earth. It's not an energy thing. It's not a spiritual thing. This is all happening for us. The bad is happening for us. The good is happening for us, because you can learn in anything. In fact, the bad, the negative, the hurtful things give you more opportunity for growth than the good. Otherwise, we would just be in heaven at all times. But if everyone was in heaven, that would mean there's one frequency, and then the expansion of frequency would not happen. For every negative, there's an equally powerful positive. So to create more positive, there has to be more negative. You go in the negative and you heal, you grow, you shine the light, and that's what creates more positive frequency. So the unique experience that you're on, all these things that you feel hurt you, and maybe they have, but all these things that bring you down, that are you still giving power, you have to take that power away and give it to yourself and recognize that everything has happened for you, for who you can become, for who you can grow to be, for who you can help heal, for who you can help change their life. All of it is for you. What you say you are, you are. What you think you are, because the belief is there. As you believe, you will receive. As you know, you believe, you receive. To know and to not do is to not know. Meaning, if you know it's a good idea to think positive, but you don't, then you don't actually know it. Knowing it is being in the frequency of it. The only way to be in the frequency of it is to actually be it. You cannot say you're a positive person, say that you're operating in the positive light, but then when you're around certain people, you're in the negativity, you're in the drama, you're in the pain, all those things. You start relating to all those things. You are not in that frequency. You either are or you aren't. And when it's most difficult around influences that bring you down, that shake you out of it, that's where the growth happens. That's where you're supposed to be the light. And you know what? The light is uncomfortable for those that want to stay in the dark. That's why this is a hard episode to make. And I know I'm releasing it on a Sunday, so it's not when I get the most amount of viewers or listeners or things like that. And that's just coincidence that it comes this. I don't necessarily ever plan a message for a certain day. I just make the content and it comes out as it does. But if you're listening right now and you're having a hard time accepting the fact that you're the one with the power, that you're the one that gets to decide how you feel, then it's you don't like the light that's being shined on the fact that it's your responsibility. And that's okay. You're not wrong for not being ready to accept that. It's just your current state. You're never wrong for the frequency that you're in, because you're not right for being in a different frequency. It's neutral. It's just your experience. But if you want to shift, if you want to create something different, give yourself that power. Tell yourself, you know what? Maybe everything up to this point has influenced me subconsciously and I didn't realize it. It created a belief system, a pattern system that I've been operating in that has continually created the same thing. I recognize that now. And even these people or these places or things, even though I know they were the initial cause of me working that way, I am now awake and I can shift it. I forgive them. That doesn't mean there's not consequences to what they've done. It doesn't mean you let them back in your lives or whatever it is. You forgive them to let go of the energy. Forgiveness is not for you, it's for them. You let go, or sorry, it's the other way around. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. You let it go. You move yourself to freedom. And then you give yourself power. You start focusing on the positive because that's what you want to create. If you knew for a fact you would create more of whatever you focused on in your life, not whether it's fair, not whether it's right, but if you knew for a fact that everything you paid attention to, if you spoke about it, if you had a conversation about it, if you thought about it, you were creating more of it in your life, I bet you would change what you think and speak about, what you listen to. The problem is you're not recognizing the truth that that's what happens. So make the shift, commit to it. Give yourself 6 months of just constantly trying to find the light in every situation. Bring it within you, breathe it within you, emit it out of you. Just make that focus everywhere. Those friends that like to get into drama and negativity, shift away from it. Your mind, when it starts going those places, shift away from it. Be purposeful in what you do. You will find your path. You will raise your energy and you will become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to stay up to date with every single episode, you can subscribe to my email list or you can follow me on social media. There's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're ready to make a shift, if you want to grow, I have a powerful community that I've been working on for a few months now. It's such a great place for people that want to expand in health, wealth, and happiness. It's called Freedom Fundamentals. It's 90 minutes to a new you. And it's such a powerful process that we teach in there. When you join, you actually get like a 7-day course to kind of get you going and launched in the right direction. But in the wealth factor, we actually talk about real estate, how to make money in wholesaling. If you don't know about that, we do talk about there, but we also do the mindset. How do you become the person that can create the change that you want to be? Just like we talk about in this episode or all the episodes I do, it's all in here. Your mental shift is right here for you to make so you can become the version of you that you know you're meant to be. So if you want more information on that, you can reach out to me via Instagram or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.